Hello, I'm Adin Sir. Let's have a look at the balanced Druid at max level in the Legion Alpha. Well, it has finally happened. They removed the Eclipse system. It's clear that they didn't make it work, or not as they wanted it to work, as it was really close to perfect as you can get in Mists of Pandaria. But we won't have to worry about that anymore. Now we have a new resource, Astral Power. And out of all the new resource systems introduced in Legion, and there's a lot, this is the least imaginative one, though it does bring the most change to the spec. The general idea is still the same in terms of PvP. Your priority is to nuke the shit out of people like a boomkin should, with more utility and off healing than in Warlords. So it does look like good days ahead. So as I said, the biggest change comes from Astral Power. In Mists and Warlords you could just pop your CDs and instantly burst on whatever target you wanted, or multiple targets for that matter. Now there is a bit of build-up time, not nearly as much as a Shadow Priest, but still enough to change the way you play the spec. The same can be said for Star Surge. Instead of having 3 charges available at the start of the fight, you now have to generate the Astral Power to use it. Also, the Boomkin form gives an insane amount of armor, 275%, which makes every melee, except of course Demon Hunters, really unlikely to kill you. I imagine that that will change, since it really renders them useless, not to mention that the bear form gives only 200%. There are a few things they brought back from previous expansions as well, like having Moonfire and Sunfire as separate spells. Innervate is back and it's only usable on healers, and they even brought back some of the hybrid aspects of the class, in that you can choose between being more tanky, as a bear of course, do more damage as a cat with more spells, or get more healing spells and a Ysera's Gift passive. So I assume that the healing one is the go-to for balance, and for PvP of course. With it you now have 4 heals along with Ysera's Gift, but the mana supply is really low. So Swift Mend costs half of your mana, Regrowth costs around 35%, and Rejuvenation and Healing Touch are much less expensive. So this all means that the new Boomkin spec that will be coming in Legion combines a lot of ideas that came and went over the years with a new resource system, and we will see how it works in the long run. It's a shame though that they scrapped the Eclipse system, as it made the spec utterly unique and, strictly speaking for Mists of Pandaria, one of the best designed. But then again, this version will be different from Warlords, which is always a good thing. What is weird though is that there are a lot of talents that have no use in PvP. Of course, all classes have those, but so far in the alpha they seem to have fixed that problem for most, if not all, of the other classes. So this is the first class I came across that has this many talents that are clearly not for PvP, and some spells fall into this category too. Again, this stuff has been fixed in other classes, so it's just weird and out of place to see it here. The Eclipse system has been replaced, the new resource is nothing special, the damage seems to come from the same spells and in similar amounts, so when I picked it up it was instantly familiar. At the moment the survivability and utility is better than in Warlords, and it will have more CC than most, if not every class in the game. With Cyclone, Solar Beam and Mighty Bash it has 3 really strong CCs and 1 weak one, Entangling Root, while other classes have like 1 Fear or 1 Stun or 1 Disorient and stuff like that. With that said, the greatest weakness of the spec, if it's not changed, is the mana. You simply won't have enough to effectively off-heal and spam CC at the same time. And as it was before, the spec is a lot weaker against spellcasters than melee. but can still compete against some. All in all, there are some positives and some negatives, but the thing that is intriguing me the most are the 45 tier talents. To be honest, the thing that drove me to this class way back when was the fact that I could heal, tank, melee DPS and cast spells at the same time. And these talents bring back a small portion of that. And of course they are very useful in PvP. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.